Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. Welcome to Sharp Ends. I'm going to do July's Gear of the Month. I enjoy going over my gear and looking at all the different things that I carried for a month and how it changes over month to month. And I have a playlist that I just created as well, which has all of my gear of the month. So you can go through and kind of look at all of them and see how things have evolved from the start of the channel all the way to the present. I haven't been very consistent with doing this type of video, although I have been better at it lately. So let's get started with the Malibu. This is the ProTech Malibu, the quintessential button lock. Lately, I feel like I've been reviewing a lot of budget type versions of the button lock. I mean, just on and on. Everything this year seems to be a button lock. But this is the queen bee. This is the thing that, in my mind, sets the bar. The action is incredible. The fall shuttiness is awesome. And just all around, I really like this blacked out murdered version with the texture type aluminum scales too. This is the version of the Malibu that I wanted and that I have, and I won't get another version. This is the version. This is it. This is the John. Love this guy. Another ProTech I've been carrying, and actually I've just kind of put out the gear right now, and I just realized I have 3 ProTechs on the table. That was an accident. That was totally just literally, I went through and I thought to myself, what have I been using this month? And this is the stuff that I've been using the most. This is the TR3, which is their flagship model. I think maybe their very first knife they ever came out with. It's a tactical type knife. Action is incredible. I've gotten it kitted out from Way of Knife EDC Gear House. So that's why it's got these fish scales emblazoned and things like that. Yeah, I just thought I should be using this knife more, and so I found it myself carrying it. It's a nice bigger knife, and what can I say? It's a joy to use. So use it or lose it, right? Next, I'm going to talk about the Hinder. So I think next week I have a review coming out of this knife, and I've been toying around. I thought maybe I'd sell it, and now I'm leaning towards keeping it. Now that I've been able to tune the detent and the pivot a little bit more, it's fitting my style a little bit more, and I have some problems with it, but overall, I'm enjoying it. And the only way that I could really figure out if I liked it or not was to carry it a lot. So this month, I've been carrying this. It's a quintessential knife. In the knife community world, there's basically the 3 OGs of the knife community are Chris Reeves, Rick Hinder, and Strider. Well, you've got to have one of them, all of them at some point if you're going to be a knife collector and talk about it. So I went ahead and got the Eclipse, and it's the DLT exclusive, and it's in Magna Cut. And honestly, it's a big honkin' work knife, and it's made for rough stuff. And I took it to work a few days, and I used it, and yeah, so fun. Also doesn't hurt that it's easy on the eyes. And yet another ProTech. This is the SBR Short Bladed Rock Eye by Les George design. And this is just such a nice practical version of it. I love the DLC on it. I'm not afraid of DLC. I know some people don't like it. I don't mind it. I kind of like it. I like the look and the aesthetic personally. Not on everything, but on some things it looks really great. And I like the Ultim scale, the show scale on here. This is a version of the SBR that I like, that I wanted, and that I have, and I don't know if I would have a different version of it. This is my version. This is the one that I love. So yeah, great knife. And then this custom Spyderco. When I say custom, what I mean is that this was a 90 CV from, maybe it was from DLT originally, but the only thing that's, so I changed the scales. I got the Lotus brass scales on here. I put the deep carry lynch clip on it. I put the CME from EMP EDC. I think I said all of that correctly on here. 90 CV is my favorite steel. This feels nice. It is a heavy knife, but the Paramilitary 2 is a classic. It's a classic for a reason. It's starting to get some good, patina on here. And I just really enjoy the action. It falls shut really nicely, and it just flies open. It's just a fun knife to carry. And, you can see that's some pencil marks, I think, from sharpening a pencil. Maybe some cat hairs. I don't know. That's not actual scratches. That'll clean right off. But you can see I use it, So there's not many knives in my collection that I don't use. Some of them I use lighter than others, and some of them I use as, dog. I do use this knife, but I tend not to, do anything that's going to really damage the DLC on it, blah, blah, blah. Two fixed blades. Well, first, let me just mention this Precision Pens. It used to be Urban EDC. I found this. It was lost for months, and I found it underneath my soundboard at work. And here it is, and I've been carrying it ever since I found it. And yeah, it's great to have back in the hand. It's a great pen, and I love it. And then I've been using this Aurora A26 a lot. Very cool light. It has the UV light on the back, which helps charge things up, and is good for finding stains and fluid leaks, and whatchamacallit leaks, Freon leaks. So really cool. And then obviously it has like a single body light, double body light, and then the front switch. If you just press it once, it automatically goes to moon mode, which I really like. And then you press it once and it goes off. Click it twice and it goes to the last saved light. This light is a little bit bigger than the usual light I like to carry, as far as it's kind of a little chunky, but it works so well and it's so bright. This is just a great light. I like it a lot. Finally, two fixed blades. This is the Clip Point Classic Hunter LT in MagnaCut. It is got a classic shape. It is super sharp. I've been using it a ton, and for processing, cooking, vegetables, meat, all that kind of things. And then this has just been it's just been a joy to use this knife. I really like it a lot, and I found excuses to use it. And then finally, this is very new to me. I've only got it in the last 2 weeks, but I've been using it nonstop since I got it. It's the designer is Taupe Customs. Taupe. See if I can get it focused in here. First production run. MagnaCut again. Bark River knives again. And it's just got a classic shape. This is a very small knife. Let's compare it to the PM2. Most people know it. So, it's basically the size of a nice steak knife with a well-rounded belly. It's great. I love it. And I got this, what was the wood? Oh, this is Osage Orange. And I got the mosaic pins. I got on the pre-order on DLT, and I just really like the way it looks. My wife said that we really need steak knives, and so instead of getting 8 cheap steak knives, I've been getting really, really nice little knives that I can use as steak knives. I haven't told her that, but that's what's going on right now. So that's my gear of the month. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. And you can also find me on Instagram at Sharp Ends. You could also support this channel by becoming a member or channel member here on YouTube, or by following me on Patreon. Thanks so much for everything that you guys do to support me and follow me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye now.